Hello, 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 YouTube. How you guys doing? Jared Fuller here. Today is Sunday, February 10th, 2019. So glad you could join me for another installment of the Sunday video update. I hope you all had a wonderful week. My week ended pretty good. Dad, he's joining me off camera, sleeping, so he's actually really not joining me. Amy's in the bedroom. Um, so my week ended pretty good. Some other plans that I had for previously in the week had kind of fallen through because of a miscommunication, but I'm working on correcting that. So what I did do yesterday, I went for a joyride. I went to North Star and Ashley and Ithaca and Alma, St. Louis, Midland, Auburn, Bay City, Saginaw, St. Charles, and back home. I made like a great big circle around the Tri Cities area of Lower Michigan. Um, it was a lot of fun. I like going on joyrides. That's how I discover different places. It's how when I go out and navigate the world, it's how I discover new places. I don't need GPS. I have a pretty good sense of direction. And when I'm, just out randomly driving, I like to find different places or different roads or different ways I can take into the smaller towns or just, to discover places that I never knew existed or, I've always heard about those places on television or radio, but I never really knew where exactly it was. And when I'm out driving and just kind of looking around and navigating, and I stay focused on the open road that stretches out ahead of me, it's fun. I enjoy it. Um, but that's what I did yesterday. I actually have some more business that I have to take care of after I get done with this. I have to go to Owasso. Um, but after that, I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably just come back home. We do have some more winter weather on the way. They're talking a quarter inch of ice accumulation. Um, so that's always fun. Um, it was awful last week. The roads were terrible last week, especially on Thursday. Early Thursday morning, the roads were a sheet of ice, and it was just awful. It was terrible. I mean, I couldn't even get 35 miles an hour, because the speed limit's 55, and I tried to give it gas, and I was just spinning on the ice. I couldn't get traction, and it was terrible. It was rough going. Um, but yeah, it was kind of a yeah, kind of it was a good week. I mean, I made it, so I guess that's the good part of it, or at least a good point to be made that hey, the week was bad. It could have been worse, but I survived it. I made it just like any other week. I hope your week was good. And I wanted to point out a couple of things. But before I do that, I want to remind all of you to visit guidestar.org. Guidestar.org is a website tied in with the federal government of the United States of America, providing a complete and comprehensive listing of all the legitimate 501c3 nonprofit organizations and LLCs. Don't be fooled, don't be duped. Visit guidestar.org today. And speaking of nonprofit organizations, the local radiothon event was just this past week. Almost nearly $80,000 was raised between the two radio stations because it was a dual radiothon event. And a correction from last week, I said it was 102.5 WIRG. It was actually CK 105, which is another radio station that's based in Flint. And it was Nash 95.1 FM. So I wanted to make that correction from last week. It was Nash 95.1 and CK 105. So combined between the two radio stations and between Thursday and Friday, the radiothon event, nearly $80,000 was raised. So congratulations to the Hurley Children's Hospital, and thank you Mid Michigan and anybody else who called in and made pledges. That is really super fantastic. Um, it's going to benefit the kids, hopefully benefit the children, and yeah, just wonderful news. Um, so this past week, I had spoken with a bereaved parent of his little boy had passed away from DIPG, and it was the first time I had gotten to to know him, and it was the first time I actually sat down and got to chat with him through Messenger. But he seems like a really genuinely nice guy, and I'm not going to give a name; it's irrelevant. But I reached out to another parent, a bereaved parent, and we talked, and I told him about my background and my past health history, and um, I've spoken to quite a few people this week in Messenger and in email, so um, it was kind of a busy week for that. But we're getting to know each other better, and um, that's how it goes. I mean, I reach out to people, and I read something on Facebook, and because everything you read from Facebook, especially from a bereaved parent, it's always real and it's raw and it's emotional and it hits you directly in the heart. And so I decided to reach out. Now, I'm not a bereaved parent, but in terms of childhood cancer, of course, everybody knows I I have so much to say. I have a lot to offer about that, having been a survivor for nearly 30 years. And of course, the cancers are different. I didn't have DIPG. But a lot of people are always curious as to what type of cancer I had. I explain my story, and we become good friends, or we just kind of keep in touch nonchalantly. We message one another on and off, and it's great. But there will always be the trolls out there who like to start problems. But you know what? It's not my fucking problem. That's up to them. If they want to spend all their free time hating, that's on them. I can't tell them what to do. I can't tell them to grow up and get a life, because what good would that do? But as long as there are people out there who know that there are legitimately good people in the world, that's all that matters. So that's what I try to do. I just, I talk to people. We message one another nonchalantly back and forth, and that's what's been happening. Um, so I did mention Owasso. So really, all I have to do is just go to Walmart. I have some business to take care of there, and like I said, I come back home and I really don't know what else I'm going to be doing. I'm actually drinking French vanilla cappuccino. Usually I drink coffee with French vanilla creamer, but this is cappuccino. Of course, you can't see it; you can just see the cup. But it's French vanilla cappuccino. It's pretty good. Oh, did I drop an F bomb? Sorry, not sorry. Um, but anyway, last week's Sunday video was very brief. It was very quick. Um, I really didn't have anything to talk about. But yesterday, when I was out riding around, I was just, letting my mind clear of all my worries. And I kind of talked about that briefly in a Facebook post. For those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, I had mentioned that um, when I'm out driving, especially on the back roads, because I'm a back roads kind of a guy, and you come upon these other back roads, and you just take notice of the names of the roads, and you take notice of the conditions of the roads. Like, is it a paved road? Is it a dirt road? Is it a clear road? Is it a messy road? Is it muddy? Are there potholes? And it's the little things that you take notice of when you're just out and about driving, or when you look, like when you're going through an intersection and you kind of glance down and you can see how far the road stretches. Like it just goes and goes and goes. And it's like, I'll have to remember that next time. Now, when I was out driving yesterday, I was actually driving on the border between Midland County and Gratiot County. Um, I come through St. Louis and I went north on State Road, which it goes out of St. Louis to the north. And then I came up to the Midland Gratiot line, but the sign said Isabella County. But when you turn right, which is the only way you can go, you turn right, and eventually you come up to the sign that says Midland County, and then the sign over here says Gratiot County. So you got Midland County to the north, Gratiot County to the south. And I was just kind of taking notice of how the road names change with the different counties. And it's like, that road looks familiar. Ah, that road, I know that road. Oh, there's another road. All these roads look familiar to me either because I've traveled them or when I'm riding with my dad. I do the road lists in my journals, which I'm just writing down the names of the roads that we take, the names of the roads that we cross. Um, so I notice and recognize a lot of the names of the roads. And then I kind of take mental notes. It's like, okay, well, I can take this road next time, or I could take that road next time. And depending on if the road is a continuation from this point to a certain other point, then I know next time I can take that road. Um, but it's interesting to know like how far out the roads go, the names of the roads, and the little towns you pass through, or the little unincorporated towns that you pass through. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was wondering if you were going to come out, but that's what I like. I don't mind taking expressways. I was on an expressway yesterday. I was on US 10 when I came out of Midland and I went into Bay City. Um, but the back roads, I'm a big, big fan of the back roads because of how far they stretch.
I like the back roads because of the scenery.
Yeah, and the scenery. And, these are the roads that, it's like time had forgotten about these roads. They're just roads in the middle of nowhere. I like those roads. You don't know where they lead. There's a lot of twists and turns and hills and potholes. I'm not a fan of potholes, but these are just roads that I've never driven on before. And I like to discover new places. I like to navigate different roads and I like to discover where these roads lead to. It's just fun. I love going on joyrides. There are days when, okay, I, I want to stay on the beaten path. I want to stay on like M57, M52, I-69, US 127, I-96. I haven't been to Lansing in quite a while. Um, but I know the roads in Lansing. I know the street names. I know the different landmarks. I know Lansing pretty good because I've spent a lot of time in Lansing, of course. And I like to venture down like the different back roads that lead into Lansing as well. Lansing is quite a big city, but I like to take the back roads as well. And it's like, okay, this road dead ends here. I guess I have to turn this way or I have to turn that way. It's a lot of fun. I just like to get out and see the sights. I like to discover different places, new roads. There's even a road I came up to yesterday. It was called Micus Road, Mikus, and it's a road that is in Gratiot County. Um, I think it's pronounced Micus, Mikus. Um, I don't know. There's just a lot of different. There was even a road in Midland County called Spur Road, Spur, South Spur Road. It's like, ouch, a spur road. Spurs are painful, but yeah, it's just a lot of fun to get out and drive and to see things. And yes, I did get my head shaved. My brother shaved my head for me, so thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And yes, Amy, I did drop an F bomb.
Oh,
in this week's. I hardly ever. I
that's not you.
I know. We're trying something different. Uh, I check Facebook in moderation. I'm not on it as much as I used to be, although I'm still there. I'm still, I keep in communication with my friends, as I've said here. Um, but I only check it in moderation. I take my phone with me, like if I'm going on a joyride or if I'm just going uptown or if I'm going to Owasso, wherever I'm going, whatever I'm doing. I have my cell phone with me so that way I can keep in touch with Dad. I can keep in touch with Amy. And every so often, I'll just kind of glance down at my phone and check Facebook, see what other people are up to. Um,
I was gonna say, yeah, Jared, I got Facebook back as of last night.
yeah, I check it in moderation. I don't piss and moan and groan about the people who are talking shit because what good does it do? They're going to talk shit regardless. So I might as well just live my life. And the people who I do talk to, I just, I focus on them. And there's something I've discovered a long time ago, and I guess I never really enacted on it until recently, is that people all the time they always say, "Well, haters gonna hate." Well, yeah, I guess it's true, but they are mad at the world. They were dealt a very shitty hand in life. They are mad at their circumstances. They are mad at the fact that they have failed marriages or mad at the fact that their children are sick. And I would be mad too. So, in their defense, yes, of course, I would be mad at the fucking world if my kid was sick. There's another F bomb, but who gives a shit? Um, I would be I would be so angry and frustrated if my child was sick. But it's not just sick children. It's everything else in life. If it could possibly go wrong, it does go wrong. And these people just lash out in anger. And they are just mad, angry, sad people. A lot of them are just losers. And I can write them off in the same way that they've written me off, only they haven't written me off. And I just go about living my life. It's like, you people are bored. You have no life. You're sad, miserable, pitiful losers who have nothing better to do. Get out and live life. You get some kind of kick or some kind of joy out of making other people's lives miserable. Not me. I'm still doing my thing. And I told Amy yesterday, I said, it's nice to get out and enjoy life while I can because it, it could end at any moment. It's unpredictable. Um, and it's not to be insensitive to people who are going through difficult times in life. Hey, we've all got problems, but I'm not going to sit and troll somebody because I'm angry and I'm having a miserable life and I want you to feel miserable too. Well, screw that.
And you don't talk behind people's back either, like some people down where we were last night.
Yeah, Dad and Amy went out last night. People talking shit, huh?
Oh yeah, we had one whole table complaining about the other people that were with us.
Why can't people just get a life?
And then Jess, how
Hmm.
she is. Oh yeah, she had to spread it throughout the whole bar.
About the people that were with you?
Yeah.
That's why anymore I don't even like going down there. I'd rather go somewhere else.
Well, like I told Dad, I said next time I think we're gonna go to Montrose. I
Yeah,
mean, I love it down here. Don't get me wrong,
I
but
can I go down here.
everyone has their own issues that they're dealing with, and
I
they deal with them the way they deal with them.
Yeah, I mean I go down here once in a great while. I'm not down there all the time like most people would think. I
Like
go
the
down
first
there
time this year, I think I've actually been down there.
I go down there just to get away for a little while.
Yeah,
I don't like to
but if I normally go, I usually drink pop. But
because if I sit home, if I have money and I choose to sit home, I get so bored out of my mind. It's like, no, I got to go for a ride. I got to do something.
me, I get tension in my shoulders,
Yeah.
and I've had real bad tension in my shoulders. So I told Dad, I said, I got to do something. I got to get out.
Yeah, the sitting around is just. I mean, the weather hasn't been the greatest. It's been cold, and we've had a lot of wind and snow.
Speak of snow, we got a storm coming
Yeah,
Monday.
I know.
We're gonna
Tomorrow.
get. By the sounds of it, it looks like we're gonna get. Sounds like we're gonna get hammered.
We're supposed to get a quarter-inch accumulation of ice, which is, yeah, we're screwed, glued, and tattooed by winter weather. What's that?
What did you think of your cappuccino this morning?
It's pretty good. But I like to get out once in a while because if I sit around here, I just go nuts. If I have the money or if I have a little gas in my van, I'm gone. I'm out of here. It's adios amigos. Uh, I don't like to sit around here all day. But if I am home, if I have to sit home all day, I stay productive. And like I said, I check Facebook in moderation now. I'm getting better at not paying so much attention to the assholes on social media.
Mine's my messenger.
My friends aren't assholes, by the way. This isn't directed at you.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
It's not so much Facebook with me. It's my messenger. I get to where I'm talking to friends all day on there, or playing games all day on there.
It's I don't like to because that was part of my problem. I think that was because most of my time was consumed by looking at social media. I have a life. I need to live it.
Well, and like I was telling you, even if you got to step away and maybe go on Facebook Messenger and play some of the games that are in there or something.
I mean, I talk to people in Messenger.
Yep.
I post on Facebook once in a while. Like if there's a really powerful, inspiring meme or a quote, I like to share quotes. You know, I've gotten into this where I like to share quotes.
I even like the stuff that Dad shares.
Yeah, like the inspirational quotes and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you know, and I know here I go again, talking about childhood cancer. But childhood cancer, having been through that, it awakens the philosophy in people. I've noticed.
Yeah.
And it's the same could be said for anybody who's gone through anything traumatic. Like you've been through some traumatic things in your life. It awakens philosophy.
Yeah.
And there are certain things that speak to you. But of course, Amy, we're not allowed to talk about things that directly have impact us because other people get their panties all in a twist.
Panties all in an uproar.
Yeah, kiss my ass. And that's my response to that. I'll talk about anything I want when I want. That wasn't for me, was it?
Oh no, on the other end of those ones that are trolls.
Because she kind of went like that. Well, wait a minute, what's that? That's not for me. No, no, I agree. A great big fuck you.
Yeah.
So there's what 4 f bombs in one Sunday video update. Oh well, no big deal.
Sorry everybody if you don't like the f bomb, but
yeah, well. I just only started saying the F word today.
I think we're hanging around with your brother too long.
No, I say the F word a lot. Actually, I not on camera because if I really said it as much as I wanted to say, it would just eat up the entire remainder of this video.
Your brother got after me the other day.
So I have some restraint. I exercise some restraint.
I was using like 3 or 4 swear words all in one.
Yeah, like every other word was F F F F F.
Yeah. He's like, why do you do that?
He does it.
I says, everyone around me does it. So.
He does it. He's one to talk, brother. I don't know if he watches these, but you're one to talk. That's all I can say. But no, I
have to control myself around Grandpa though. But,
yeah, Grandpa.
You know,
he's old school.
Yeah.
He's old school. He comes from a different time. You know, he's going to be 80 years old in June. He comes from a different generation. You know, you didn't swear around women. women, it was unheard of for women to use profane language
Mm.
in his day. Well, this is 2019, not 1945. I'm sorry, Grandpa, but
Yeah.
the times have changed.
That's like I'm always telling him. Times have changed from the 50s to now.
Yeah, yeah. Everything has changed.
Too much.
Uh, it's everything has changed. Um, there was another issue actually. It was on Tuesday, I think it was. President Trump had done his State of the Union address, and he was talking about he wants to earmark $500 million to pediatric cancer research
Oh,
over a span of 10 years.
cool.
Now, um, I think it's wonderful that childhood cancer is picking up some national attention and some traction by the leader of the free world. Finally, we need that you know it needed to be said.
Yeah.
Now, there are lots of friends on Facebook, and I don't want to upset anybody, but there are lots of my friends on Facebook who are all jumping for joy about this because hey, he's I'm this is my opinion, and everybody knows I'm not political in any way whatsoever. I'm not going to put all my eggs into one basket
Just that.
just that quickly or just that easily,
Yeah.
because when we're dealing with government, there's always a
Red tape.
stipulation.
Yep. There's always red tape.
There's always some kind of stipulation or some string attached. And this isn't to be a Debbie Downer. This isn't me saying, well, this, all I'm saying is don't get your hopes up. Yeah, and I do realize and I do understand wholeheartedly, 110% all the way, that it's about time that childhood cancer gets some national attention, especially from a person who's in a position of power.
Right. Oh, he's talking
Awesome.
about another government shutdown.
He is talking about another government shutdown. I think it's bullshit. Um, but that's another story too. Um, but the thing with childhood cancer, my thoughts on that is just, you know what, just hold your horses, just slow your roll a little bit. Don't get so, excited, jumping for joy. Um, it does sound promising. Anything sounds promising when it's coming from a leader or
Yeah.
from the government. Um, it all sounds promising. But to my friends who have been directly impacted by childhood cancer, please, all I'm saying is just don't get your hopes up. Don't put all your eggs into one basket, because the money's got to come from somewhere. And are they going to defund one program to fund another? I mean, we've seen this happen in years past. Uh, you just have to be very, very careful and mindful of the things that get said, even if it is the president. You have to be careful. You cannot just jump to conclusions and, oh yeah, yeah, it's a wonderful proposal. Cool, yeah, I agree.
Is it gonna pass?
Is it gonna stick?
Yeah.
They throw things at the wall, and well, let's hope it sticks. If you mention it, let's make something happen. But don't just say what your supporters want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the bigger issue to be had. And much like childhood cancer advocacy, you have people who are indirectly affected, and they say things that people want to hear to leech on the popularity
Yeah.
and the publicity and whatever else. But to my friends, all I'm going to say is just, don't get your hopes up. Let's wait and see what happens. That's my opinion about that.
Yeah.
Um, and one of my friends who is also the mother of a warrior, he's a survivor. She and many others, and I'm not going to name names here, but she and many other of my friends actually, and I was actually shocked that I didn't pick up on this sooner. There, there was talk of child exploitation. because there was a little girl. Like
Right.
they're exploiting her, they're exploiting her. And I didn't think of it that way. I never, because she was an honorary guest
Uh-huh.
at the State of the Union. She was sitting next to Melania. It's Trump's wife. I didn't think of it that way. They're exploiting this little girl for what? Okay, she's sick, and it's no disrespect to the child or her family. I'm sorry that she has cancer, of course, but they explained this to me in a way that I didn't even think. It just kind of went over my bald head. Um, I don't know. Everybody is always out to exploit something to leech a little publicity to make themselves look like champions or heroes. But they could say that about me too. Well, Jared, you talk about your cancer battle all the time because you just want to be the center of attention. No, no, not even fucking remotely. I talk about my childhood cancer battle to give other people hope and inspiration. That's it. Take or do with it as you will, but I'm a survivor and I know what childhood cancer is. But I'm not political. I'm not political.
Oh no.
I'm not political by any stretch of the imagination. It was on Tuesday night because Dad had just got done watching SmackDown. He likes WWE wrestling, and he switched it over to Channel 66, which is our local Fox affiliate, thinking he was going to watch the 10 o'clock news, and we caught the tail end of the piece of his speech where he was talking about funding childhood cancer.
I didn't catch that
I
Tuesday.
hope, and I hope I'm wrong when I say don't get your hopes up. I hope I'm wrong. For the sake of the kids who are impacted by this, I hope I'm wrong. You know what? Do something about it. Finally, let's make this a priority here. Let's stop exploiting these kids and their ailments to do something about it instead of just simply talking about it because talk is cheap. Yeah, Dad, he's gonna sleep.
I see that
Um,
he's in his cocoon.
that's all right. I gotta go to Owasso anyway when
Oh
I'm
yeah.
done with this. Yeah, I gotta go to Walmart.
Ooh.
So, but yeah, I just wanted to offer my thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my friends are wrong. I don't know. It just seemed a bit, you know. I get on Facebook and every post is oh, Trump mentioned this and this. Yeah, okay. Trump can talk a lot of things, just like any other president who's ever governed our country. They can talk about a lot of things. A lot of things have been talked about actually, and that's the same goes with governors of states. We've had lots of governors come and go. Uh, just
Hey.
in our time, they talk about a lot of things. Doesn't mean that anything came of what they were talking about. They had like kind of a brain fart, if you will. Hey, what?
Read that in the gray. My friend
Okay.
Tammy's asking a question and I know nothing about it.
What's this about someone calling the cops? I don't know. Nobody called the cops.
It's posted on Facebook. I noticed it the other day.
I don't know. Nobody called the cops. I don't know what that's about. Must be an old post.
That's what I'm wondering.
I have no clue. Cops didn't show up here. Beats me. I don't know. Ugh. Allergy season. Yeah, it's really cold. And Dad, he wakes up every morning with. Actually, he hasn't woke up lately, has he, with a cough?
No, not
Or
really.
or kind of maybe a little cough.
Yeah.
Last week it was horrible. I thought he was gonna have to go to the hospital because he's got COPDs. Where the hell did that come from?
She wants out.
Oh, 1 second, folks. I gotta let my cat out. Thanks. Thanks for interrupting me. But
You love her and you know it.
yeah, I love my cats. But well, she's your cat. But
She's all of our cats.
there was just all kinds of crud going around out there. Just, I don't know. Kids are more susceptible to catching it because it's airborne. And all these people say, well, germs die in cold air. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm sorry. No, they don't. Um, if that were the case, it wouldn't be contagious, you know. But as a matter of fact, I could Google that because I could be wrong. Do germs die in cold air? Do germs die in the cold? Well, how did Google must have heard me. Okay, so does cold air kill germs? It would need to be very, very cold to kill germs, bacteria, that is, including those that cause disease and that you are probably thinking of when you think of germs. But most bacteria that are human pathogens tend to do best when they're growing at our body temperature or something near that. Well, and then here there's another article. This is according to BBC Future. The real reason germs spread in the winter. So that's a complete and total contradiction of what I just read. So who do I trust? How long do bacteria and viruses live outside the body? Cold and flu. Does washing my clothes kill all the germs? Cold air fosters the spread of cold germs, which is what I thought. That's why I said no, it doesn't. How long do germs live? Cold and flu myths. Yeah. I don't know now. Now I'm kind of confused because I read two different articles or headlines anyway. Um, it seems a bit preposterous to me to think that the cold kills germs.
I've been told that it's not even like a virus in the air anymore. It's just, I don't know how to
If
describe it.
someone coughs in my face and they have a cold, I'm catching the cold.
Yeah, I've heard that,
It's contagious.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's why in the wintertime I don't go out as much as I would in the summertime because you got too many people coming down sick with stuff.
Yeah. Well, in the summertime, because I'm allergic to pollen, and I live in the country, and the pollen is awful, especially on hot, muggy summer days. The pollen is terrible.
Well, me, I got the seasonal allergies,
Yeah,
and it's year round.
yeah.
I'm clogged every morning.
Well, I'll tell you, these don't help.
No,
The cigarettes do not help. I got something in my eye.
no, it was a bad habit to pick up at the age of 15.
I I used to smoke. A lot of people may not have known that either.
You know,
Uh,
these people that say it's easy just to crinkle up that pack and throw it away and never pick up another one.
yeah.
You
No,
got
it's,
more strength than some people do.
oh,
I
goodness.
couldn't do it.
It's not easy. Of course, when I smoked, I just quit because I wasn't addicted. I smoked, but not to the point where I was addicted. I smoked because I was depressed and dealing with stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
Um, but it was easy for me to put the cigarette down. And why the hell am I smoking anyway? I'm a childhood cancer survivor. Um, there's parents who smoke and their kids are, survivors because they're stressed. And it just takes me back to what I was saying a little while ago that, these people who are angry and frustrated and they want everybody else to feel as miserable as they do because it somehow makes them feel better. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry that people are put into positions that make them feel uneasy or uncomfortable, or they're just mad at the world. But it people and I'm gonna catch flack for this too, but I don't care. People weaponize their children. You know what I mean by that? They they hide behind their kids. They use their kids as an excuse. for their behavior, and there is none. There is no excuse. You're supposed to be the adult, and you hide behind your kids or use your kids as an excuse to act the way you do. And I even made this a point in one of my other videos that, these parents, they think they're always on the constant side of righteousness. I'm not talking about raising kids. I'm not talking about child protection. It has nothing to do with that. I'm talking about people who they are so self-righteous. They think that because they have kids that they're always right about everything. No, you're not. And that pissed a lot of people off too, because they thought I was talking about, well, when it comes to protecting my kids, I'm always right. Well, I'm not talking about child protection, and I'm not denouncing child protection, but you're not always correct about everything. Um, on the side of righteousness constantly, it just makes you look foolish. You're not always correct because you had a kid. I mean, there is a bit of a short-term placebo effect happening, and I would agree that having children may perhaps make you feel smarter. It may give you wisdom in some areas of life, but you got to consider wisdom is garnered by trial and error. You have to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes and be willing to acknowledge that you've made a mistake in order to get the wisdom. All parents make mistakes all the time. But anyway, I'm ranting. But that was just a point I wanted to make. Um, Wisdom comes from making mistakes and just asserting that you're always on the side of righteousness, that no matter what you do by your kids, you're always correct. No, you're fucking not. No way. No way, no how. Um, so, anyway, hello.
Hello, Bart was putting in his 2 cents. You hear that over
I
there?
hear him snoring over there. Got something to say, Bart? Something to share with the class? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. It's a different week.
I see the smile. That's good.
I don't smile often.
No, you
I need
always,
to smile more often.
yeah. Show those pearly
Yeah.
whites.
Or the stained, because I just drank
Well,
coffee or
yeah.
cappuccino, whatever. Um,
I thought that was going to be worse than what it was, but it's pretty good.
yeah, it's not bad. I like cappuccino. But I've noticed how my moods have changed because, like I said at the top of the video, I check social media in moderation. I'm not on it constantly.
Yeah.
I'm not inundating myself with everybody else and their
Yeah.
fake portrayals of their seemingly perfect lives.
Get in here.
I live in the real world. I know the world is in cahoots. I know the world is in such a shitty state right now. Um, I'd rather live in the real world, in the real reality, instead of giving a false portrayal of a perfect life. So she's trying to get dad out of bed.
No, the cat's the one that bothered me. So. Yeah. You want a cappuccino?
I don't bother you, so why are you bothering me? He says.
Huh?
That was good. That was good. Good afternoon, Dad. What's so good about it? See, he really shows the love when he gets out of bed, or when someone wakes him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You went out having a good time. So did you have fun last night? He got lucky on Club Kino, is what I heard. Lucky dog. I play Club Kino very rarely anymore because I never win.
Do you want cappuccino or do you want me to make a pot of coffee in your guys' pot?
I already
You
had a cup.
already had some.
I let off a few F-bombs in my Sunday video this week.
Oh, yeah. I think we both did, Jared.
Well, I actually said it. I actually said it, and she had like an off-camera middle finger thing going
Yeah, I
on.
did the gesture.
But you know, and that's I was telling Amy. I don't know if you heard any of it, but I check Facebook now in moderation. I take my cell phone with me when I'm out and about doing what I have to do, taking care of whatever I have to take care of. So, I can have communication with Dad, Amy, and if someone dings in on Messenger, I might check it and say, oh, okay, it's just my friend asking how I'm doing or asking questions or whatever the case may be, or sending a meme or whatever. But I'm not stringent on checking my Facebook, the timeline or to see who's doing what every 5 minutes. I'm actually out in the real world enjoying life, enjoying reality, which is the way it should be. I don't want to waste so much of my time inundating my mind or my head with other people's false online personas and look at me, aren't I cute? No, no, you're not actually. Because everything you do in life doesn't have to be plastered all over social media. Live for the moment, not for social media likes and shares and loves. That's the message that I try to convey anyway. But not everybody agrees because not everybody is not concerned with being the constant center of attention all the time, which is okay too. Maybe to them, but not to me. I don't need to be the constant center of attention. I only do these Sunday video updates to give people an idea of what I'm up to or what's going on. But whatever. So I got this emergency light from a store in Saginaw called Five Below. The flashlight doesn't work, but the beacon doesn't even work now. Really? There's a flashing red beacon on this. Now the beacon doesn't work unless no, the batteries are in it. Wonder what the hell's going on. Batteries probably died. Although they're new batteries that I just bought. I don't know why this wouldn't work. Nope. Quit working on me. I'll be damned. So much for that. But anyway, there was supposed to be flashing red LEDs in this clear part right here. And then the flashlight would be on this end. Now it's not working. So who knows?
Cappuccino's on the road.
I got snookered.
Uh-oh, you got snookered.
Yep.
How long have you had it, buddy?
For a little while. I bought it at the same time I bought my Spartan mug.
Oh.
And that's been a while. Oh well, I can buy another one. But somewhere else, not at Five Below. I'm not interested in buying junk. But
you stretching.
So
you got a leg down.
What are your plans today, Dad? You're doing it? Just lounging around? Kicking back? I don't know. I don't know either. That's why I asked you. I gotta go to Owasso yet. Gotta go to Walmart. Take care of some business. Then I'll probably come back home and do God knows what. I have no clue.
It's a Sunday. What is there to do on a Sunday?
Really nothing.
Everything's pretty well closed unless you go to a Saginaw or a Wausau.
Yeah.
And like he said, and do what?
Yeah. What is there to do?
Walk around Walmart and Myers, get your exercise.
Yeah. Do that here. Yeah. But anyway, I guess that's it. There's really nothing more to talk about. Last week's Sunday video update was very, very brief. I've been here for a little over 50 minutes.
Want to hear something funny?
What?
It's getting brief here.
It's what?
What?
They're getting brief here.
They're getting what? Brief what?
Brief here.
Brief here?
What are you talking about?
Last one was briefer, right? Very brief?
Very brief.
Yeah.
Okay, next one, this one's briefier.
Briefier is not a word.
You know, Dad, he's always got to throw those non-words in there.
This is actually not as brief as last week.
Right.
Because last week's Sunday video was like only, 14, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I've been here for almost an hour already.
And that was something we said we weren't going to do no more. We were going to make them shorter so it didn't take so long to upload.
Yeah,
Briefiest.
briefiest.
Oh, okay, we got the briefiest one. I don't know if that means you got to wear briefs when you watch it.
Well, I think Dad should come up with his own dictionary.
Yeah.
Of made up words. Because I've never heard briefiest.
This one's briefier. Last one was briefier.
Yeah, they're not words, but okay.
They are in dictionary.
And your vocabulary, that's what I'm saying. You should have your own dictionary. Kind of like a redneck dictionary, but with Wayne Fullerisms.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so Dad's getting up.
Ouch.
And I'm going to wrap this up and get started on the day. Because there's really nothing more to talk about.
Ouch.
Actually, you know what? There was something I wanted to mention to you, Dad.
What?
Or get your opinion.
Uh-huh.
I mentioned to Amy a little while ago about Trump. He did the State of the Union address this past Tuesday.
Yeah.
And he mentioned something about 500 million to childhood cancer research over the span of 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, what are your thoughts on that?
If he does it. If he does what he says.
My feelings, I don't know if you heard this, but my feelings are such that I'm not going to put all my eggs into one basket. I'm not going to get all jumping for joy. I think, and I maybe I shouldn't say it because I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but I'm thinking, especially with my friends in the childhood cancer world in particular, I think they were more excited over the fact that he even mentioned childhood cancer, that he put that in the spotlight in his State of the Union address.
You put it in the microwave?
No, that's out of my one cup.
That's hot.
Don't you just love it when couples fight? Well, they're not fighting, but anyway, I think that's what it is that a lot of my friends in the childhood cancer world were just happy to hear a leader put childhood cancer in the spotlight.
But you know why he's doing that?
To pander to his supporters.
Because he wants that wall built. He wants us to give them the money to build that. He wants us to send them the money.
Well,
but yet he's going to figure, well, hey, if I do this, people will look at me and say, oh, he's such a good guy. Let's give him the money to build that wall. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Exactly what he's
doing. And
he's bringing it out to the people and making them feel guilty because
well, what I'm saying too is, and I mentioned this briefly as well, is where is this money going to come from? This 500 million. I know it's a span over 10 years, but where is this money going to come from?
Out of his pocket.
Is he going to take money out of other programs? Is he going to raise taxes? Is he going to, how is he going to get this money?
Take it out of his account.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
Taking
taking
out of
it
his account, Jared.
because he's
Personal.
using his personal money for the wall now too.
Because
But we're still
I
gonna
thought
pay
he
for it.
I thought he had
Yeah.
I thought he had to go through Congress.
He's gotta go through loopholes.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
I'm still saying what
is
I
there
said from the beginning.
is he going to defund other government programs?
You're gonna take away from Social Security.
Is he going to take away from military? Is he going to take away
Military.
from, like you said, Social Security? Is he going to take away from retirement? You know, like the 501k. Is he going to
No.
take away from all of these other programs, or to get this money?
No.
I
Probably what he's gonna do, Jared.
I'm and like I said, I'm not denouncing anybody. If they want to be happy-go-lucky about it, that's great. I'm not gonna tell them that they're wrong. All I'm saying is just don't get your hopes up. Let's not put all of our eggs into one basket right away, because as is the government, there's always some kind of stipulation or some kind of string attached, or there everything is speculative. So, and that's the one thing we have to keep in mind all the time. Um, I'm not political.
No.
I can't stress that enough. I'm not
I
political.
don't comprehend it enough.
I don't really either, but I mean, I guess I understand it to a point, but not largely like a lot of my other friends do. They
Really.
can spew off, all kinds of political jargon that I don't understand.
It's like him, your dad. He does the same thing, and it's like, what the? Are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I don't know. It's just I'm not gonna get my hopes up, and I don't want anybody else to get their hopes up either. Jared, you're just so negative. You're just so pessimistic. No, I'm looking at this from a reasonable, rational point of view, and I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can be. I really am, because I want for more. I want more than anything for there to be cures for childhood cancer. That's always been something. I mean, personally, that's always been something that I've wanted for, even for everybody else. Um, I don't know. It's it's kind of a like walking a tightrope, you know. You don't have much wiggle room, and either way you go, if you lean too much, you're gonna fall off completely. I just That's politics in general, which is why I don't normally or typically speak about politics. Uh, but okay. So that's how I'm going to wrap it up. I don't talk about politics. I have to go to Owasso. I have to go to Walmart, take care of some business. I thank you all so much for watching another video.
Glad to join you this week.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're not unsociable. You need to be a part of this more often.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I just been having a rough time.
Almost doesn't count.
I know.
Yeah, we've all been.
It's hard when the depression hits and hits you hard and you isolate.
Yeah. Oh, I know about that. I've isolated myself in my room a lot. That's been a good bulk of the week. Just hanging out in my bedroom. I mean, the other night I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning watching movies.
Yeah.
I watched.
How late were you up last night?
About the same.
But I was gonna say,
my sleeping patterns are all fucked up. I don't sleep through the night like I used to anymore.
I did once I got to sleep. It was just, it takes me a while to get to sleep.
Like the other night I watched a movie called Enough with J-Lo, and I watched another movie called 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams, and then I watched another movie called A Perfect World with Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood and Laura Dern. Lots of good movies. I have them on DVD, by the way. I have a nice little DVD collection. I like to watch my movies every so often, and while I'm watching the movies, I'm not, glancing down at my phone. I don't even have my phone out here. That tells you
I
that
kept hearing it ding, but I don't know where it is.
it's in my bedroom.
Oh.
It's in my bedroom.
Oh, Jared, you really love the Butterfingers, don't you?
Yeah. Dad found this big bag of Butterfingers.
And the thing about it is really cool because the bag that the Butterfingers are in, it's a Ziploc baggie.
Yeah.
And you can stick the darn thing in the microwave.
Yeah. But why would I put Butterfingers in a microwave?
That's what I thought was weird. But if you read the bag, it gives you the instructions and everything. And
yeah, maybe they. Oh, I see. Because it's not a Butterfinger bag. It's just a microwavable bag where they put a bunch of Butterfingers in it because they don't sell Butterfingers like these.
They were sealed.
Well, yeah, you can seal this.
No, it was. I had to open it. It had never been opened.
Because it doesn't say Butterfinger anywhere on this bag.
No. But yeah, it was never opened. I opened it. It was completely sealed.
What?
This bag of Butterfingers.
The bag doesn't say nothing about Butterfingers.
No.
It's a microwavable
It's
bag.
just a microwavable bag.
Reusable bag.
Oh, maybe they used it.
Maybe they did. Evidently, because there's Butterfingers in the fucking bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, they used it.
Again.
They used it. Great observation there, Pop. Great observation. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I got things to do. I love you all.
And we've been here longer than we're supposed to.
Yeah, I've been here for over an hour now officially.
Visit
So
guidestore.com.
So I'm gonna spin out of here. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Much love. Peace out. And any final words?
Bye.
From
Peace out.
Laurel and Hardy. Okay.
And like I said, visit GuideStar.com.
Already did that.
Well, you did it better than I did.
Visit guidestar.org.
Yeah, see, you did it better than I did.
It's guidestar.org.
And it's been a very fabulousness day.
Fabulousness day.
Yeah.
Well, we're already getting started. It's just afternoon.
Yeah, it's 12:31 now.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a fabulous day.
A fabulous day. It's going to be a
Fabulousness day.
fabulousness day. There he goes again with his own made up words. He's got his own vocabulary. He should start a dictionary and have it.
Fuller's Dictionary.
Real quick before I wrap this up. Never play Scrabble with this man.
No.
He will make up some of the funkiest words. And when you challenge him, when you have a dictionary, I can guarantee you if he does have a dictionary published, it's going to be the Wayne Fuller dictionary when you play Scrabble with him. See,
Yeah.
This is a word in my dictionary, which means I get a triple letter score. Cheater.
Scammer.
But anyway, I'm out. Much love to all of you. Take care. Peace. And we're spinning out.